1 in 5 people, including me, are scared of needles. But almost everybody is scared of surgery. For centuries, surgery has been a very invasive procedure that leaves a big scar behind, and everybody's scared of that. But in the last couple of decades, minimally invasive surgery, or MIS, has become very popular. In this, the surgeon operates using a camera and long tools that enter the body through 3 or 4 tiny incisions instead of a large one. This has several advantages for the patient, such as faster recovery, less pain, less chances of infection. But it poses 3 big problems for the surgeon. First, the surgeon loses direct view of what he's working on. Second, the surgeon has to work with long tools entering through tiny holes, which gives very constrained motion. Third, the surgeon has no touch or force feedback on what he's working on. Essentially, he can't feel what he's doing. 2 of these problems are solved very elegantly by the Da Vinci surgical robot, which became very popular in the last decade. This robot provides a properly oriented 3D view of the surgical site and allows the tools to be controlled via normal hand motion using a pair of controllers. But there is still one big problem that remains, which is the lack of touch and force feedback. You may be wondering how important these forms of feedback are. Let me explain it to you. Touch feedback is used extensively by surgeons to find tiny tumors and blood vessels that are hidden beneath the organ surface by essentially pressing and feeling for lumps. Quite frequently, the surgeons have to switch from MIS to open surgery just because there's that one tumor that escapes them that they can't find using imaging. Force feedback is also very important because without this, the surgeon is not aware of the force that he or she is applying and may accidentally damage tissue, break sutures, things like that. This risk makes the surgeon work much slower, making MIS long and tedious compared to open surgery. Now here's where I come in. The focus of my master's research is the development of touch and force sensors for minimally invasive surgery, and the development of the tools on which these sensors go onto. I have already successfully developed the $100 disposable touch sensor. To put it into perspective, it's about the size, the length is about the size of the diameter of a toonie. And this sensor is easily able to feel a pea-sized tumor hidden about ½ inch beneath tissue. I'm currently working on developing the $1,000 force sensor, which is about the size of half a nickel. As you can imagine, these sensors are really small, and that's the first challenge that I face in developing these sensors. The next challenge is that it has to be cheap enough so that they can actually be used. Otherwise, nobody's going to use them. It's going to gather dust in my lab. The next problem is that it has to be robust enough to withstand sterilization. And the last problem is that it has to be accurate enough to provide some useful information. I've already shown that I can successfully do that for one of them, and I'm working hard on making the other one a reality. Incorporating these sensors in surgical tools increases their cost by about 40%, which may sound a lot, but it actually isn't. It is a very small price to pay for the significant benefits these bring. I believe that incorporation of these sensors into all minimally invasive surgical tools will expand the use of minimally invasive surgery in more and more procedures, make minimally invasive surgery safer, and allow patients to go home sooner, healthier, and happier. Thank you very much.